Hi, I'm Vahid Razavi with BizCloud. I'm here with Arif Janmohamed from Lightspeed Venture Partners. Arif, thank you so much for being with us this evening. Greatly appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Wanted to learn a little bit more about Lightspeed Ventures. What do you guys do? What do you invest in?
Yeah, so we're primarily an early stage fund based out of Menlo Park, California, offices in Israel, India, affiliate fund in China. We manage about $2.8 billion right now, investing out of a $675 million fund, our ninth fund that we raised last year in March 2012 now. Focus on enterprise infrastructure, enterprise IT, mobile, SaaS, as well as digital media and internet, e-commerce.
Wonderful. Well, on the digital side of things, when it comes to cloud computing and big data, the potential for the market are tremendous, but also there's a lot of vendors in the marketplace. When you look to make an investment in the tech sector in any of these companies, what is it that you look for?
Look, we've been investing in, I guess, cloud, big data for quite a while now, and so I'll give you an example. When we get into a market, we like to be early. Our focus is to be one of the first investors in a very, very early stage market as it's developing. So back in 2009, 2010, when things were called business intelligence as opposed to big data, we started investing at the infrastructure layer of big data, companies like MapR, data stacks, and then we went a little deeper and started investing in applications of big data, companies like EdgeSpring, Qubole, Boundary. Our philosophy is understand technology innovation or technology disruption and find the best teams in the world that have an unfair advantage in that space to build a company around that space.
Wonderful. Now, in regards to some of the spaces that you also mentioned software-defined networking and SDN earlier, that you had investments in that regard. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we started getting excited about the possibilities of what today is called SDN, what 3-4 years ago was called OpenFlow, around 2009, 2010, when we saw the promise of essentially commodity processors coupled with virtualization. And our thesis was that what traditionally has been monolithic boxes, hardware boxes, companies like Cisco and Juniper sell these boxes, tied very, very tightly to ASICs and software. We felt that with the new processing power and the distributed power of virtualization and cloud, that there would be an opportunity to essentially disrupt that market. And so our platform investment company called Nicira that we invested in Series B in 2010 really helped define that space. But we've gone very deep in that space. Nicira really revolutionized L2, L3, the lower layers of software-defined networking. We've also got an investment in a company called Mbrain, which is focused on the services components of the networking stack, security, firewalls, load balancing. We've got a company called Pertino, which is redefining the wide area network using SDN principles. We've got a company called Plexi, which is really redefining and reinventing what the top-of-rack switch looks like in a data center using software-defined networking principles. So we've gone pretty deep in the SDN space.
That's great to hear. Now, in regards to the SDN space, I'm curious, what do you see the future of companies in the traditional routers and switches, the Junipers, the Ciscos of the world, as SDN gets more and more developed and adopted, especially OpenFlow controllers and the technology development there? What is the future for these kinds of companies?
Yeah, I wouldn't write them off yet. There's some incredibly smart people at Cisco and Juniper and F5 and Riverbed. They see this trend coming. They're adopting, they're adapting a lot of these technologies in their boxes. I think you're going to see them just adopt more and more software principles and software strategies also to play in the new world of software-defined infrastructure.
Wonderful, Arif. Well, I wish you much success with your fund and the portfolio companies that you have invested in. And please keep us updated in your progress and your portfolio company's progress. We would love to share that with our audience. I think it would be very relevant to them.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thanks again. Greatly appreciate it.